No, those threes by Julian were obviously huge. I mean, St. Mary's has done a great job. I mean, Randy's done just a wonderful job with his team. They are tough, hard-nosed, hard to score on. They run offense with a purpose. All those guys that played last year have gotten so much better, and that's a really, really good basketball team we beat tonight. And they, they didn't quit when we had them down, I think, 21. But obviously, momentum was on their side there, and those were two big-time threes.
What do you think allowed them to make the run that close to 8 with 3 minutes left?
Just doing what they do. I mean, that's St. Mary's, man. They playing good D. It's hard to score on them. It's hard to get runs on them, and they did a good job. They got the ball to the right people, and they were able to deliver. And, before you know it, it's about a 10-0 run or something.
Drew kind of looked like Drew again tonight. He was finishing.
Yep.
And what do you think led to that? Is that a good matchup for him, I guess?
No, I just think Drew just got back to being Drew, and that happens, right? I mean, he's not going to go 13 out of 15 every game, even though sometimes we think he is because we're so used to it. And, fortunately for us, he also knew during his last couple games that other guys were really playing well and all that, and that's the beauty of this squad is we got a bunch of different guys that can score and make shots, but we definitely needed every one of his ones tonight.
Drew has a career shooting percentage against St. Mary's of nearly 76%. Do you think that's just happenstance, or do you think
I mean, he's got a really high shooting percentage against probably everybody that he plays over a consistent basis, I would think, so I don't think there's anything to that.
What did you think of the first half? They really didn't let you get out and run much. They didn't turn it over. They were controlling the clock, but you're still able to...
Right. We played great defense in the first half. Great defense. And, again, I mean, you can try to run, but when they get 5 guys back and they're taking 25 seconds off the clock on every possession, it's I thought Andrew did a really nice job of picking and choosing when he could get some advantages, and we did get a couple fast break opportunities, and at least we're playing with some pace. But they were a lot of times just getting at least 4 guys back on every time a shot went out.
Your execution still was there.
Yeah,
right?
no, I mean I think we shot over 50% in the first half, and took great care of the ball in the first half. Again, it was just one of those games. It was really physical, both teams, and it was just hard to, baskets. You had to earn every basket. That's a really, really good defensive team, and they're nationally or have been all year in the top 10 or 15 with their defense.
It seemed like Chet's defense was really limiting their ability to do anything in the post there. How big did he come up?
He was huge. He was huge. We ask a lot of him because they run, that middle ball screen over and over again, and we were basically having him just kind of shore up the paint against Kusi, and then Kusi's as good as there is in the country at just being really patient. If you make just the slightest mistake, he'll just throw it to the big and he'll lay it up. And, to get a 19-year-old to understand that in a short amount of time, he did a great job. And then our guards did a good job for the most part, fighting over and kind of winning most of those battles.
Sticking with Chet, over the last couple of weeks, it seems like the guys have been finding him pretty consistently on lobs. Is that just something that happens when guys have been playing together for a few months?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think the best thing our guards do is, we try to drill them, and they're great at it, especially Andrew. There's nobody better in the country at it. I mean, they just make the read, and if that presents itself, they're going to see it. And every once in a while, that presents itself. So, I mean, if it's there, Andrew will find it. But again, lost in all that. I thought Andrew was spectacular tonight. He had to score in a bunch of different ways. He ends up with 7 assists and no turnovers. And, he's chasing Kusi all night. He had 8 rebounds. I mean, that's just an unbelievable night for your point guard.
Any more questions?
Pepperdine next Wednesday. They played a pretty close one against BYU tonight. It's kind of the key to beating them again and doing it on the road this time.
Again, I think just back out on the road again, and remember when we played them up here, that's a very talented team. I mean, physically talented. You look at their players. So I think just, again, doing what we've been doing, we've put together, you know, I want to say 4 or 5 really, really good defensive efforts here, and our defense has got to, you know, travel on the road with us here. And, you know, hopefully we'll be able to play good on the offensive end like we have most of the time this year.
You haven't done it in a ton of close games, but this one, you had your starters in at the end and had to do things at the end. Is that, it's going to be beneficial in some ways, right?
It's totally beneficial, yeah. No, it's exactly what we needed, and we had to grind. It was a grinder game. It wasn't, so many of our games have been up and down and open and fast paced, and this is, you know, I mean, I would assume as we move into late February here, the rest of our games will be like this now. It's kind of how it always goes.